that. I came on top of the building again. We had a plan. We came on top of the building again. We never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out. Yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman, I'm best man. I go to hotels when I step out. Yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a. Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man. Go hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happens when you give it a taste life and you give it a wasteland. This what happens when you give it a fake life and then the aping. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brett. Yeah. She go to battle. I live with birds come in. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brett. Yeah. She go to battle.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me up by the morning. I had me some rats by the morning, I had a sis by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got the picture me. Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia. Ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling. My neck and my belly on. They call it for me and they. You want me like me and I look. Yeah. Her Rex on her. Yeah. B-Rex better calm down. Yeah. If you go around, come around. Yeah. Whole squad. Yeah. Squad goes on the. Yeah. Make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah. Farrakhan glass for the chosen. Yeah. You can go and get mad. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man. Who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag. Something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me up by the morning. I had me some rats by the morning, I had a sis by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture.
You gotta picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Body goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I see that new bay alert. Be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no?
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me up by the morning. I had me some rats by the morning, I had a sis by the morning. I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag. Cash, I'm a general true. Bring out the Brinks truck, I'm young, flying ice up. 100-yard dash, I had to run my price up. Boss your life up, I had to boss mine up. $10,000 outfit, $100 up. Hey, you know these checking for me in the DMs, getting for me.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's into the clear. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. 4 down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got it to West on the dump off. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
This time, Jackson will throw it, rolling to his left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll run it now out of the gun. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Inside the 15 he goes. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Watching that Marty, Marty. Watching that Marty, Marty.
On second down, Jackson. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against. Is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20.
Good! All right, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And I think the ball's out, but it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Philly, here we go.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Gun!
Back to throw. He's going to air one out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now they try the right side here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the 1st half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now. Scott, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And McManus able to put it through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller. He's the one that finally runs him down, and that is a big, big loss. 18 yards. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bird. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Back 99, Philly, here we go. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. To throw on 2nd down. Jackson escaping. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Myles Jack. Coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos add on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
On play action, they'll throw. Uncorks one for Davis. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Todd Davis. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Detroit! Over!
Now a handoff looking right. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. A gain of 3, second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Throwing is Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now they try the right side here. Open space inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. A 23-yard run. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And Davis has it over the middle. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jags are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Play action. It's Jackson on the move to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Eluding the pressure right. The quick feet by Jackson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Sutton reeling it in on the left side. Oh, he will not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On first down, they go option to the right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Looking to throw on second down. Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Oh, that is a complete shank. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on fourth down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
They're going to look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Will Parks. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now Jackson to throw on second down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
We do see this a lot from rookie quarterbacks, don't we? They kind of lock in on their intended target. A lot of times they establish that buddy, that guy they depend on. And, boy, defenses zero in on it, don't they?
A little bit too telegraphed that time, and that's why it's knocked away. Jackson now, forced out to his left. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. In for the score. And the Broncos add on. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Gun! Gun!
He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 27. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big third down play there for the Jags. 45 yards coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Right, now,
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports
check.
after
Patriot,
this.
Patriot.
On third down, it's Love. A beautiful spin and room to run. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? To keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 1-2.